the world doesn't stop just because you go overseas, and the world keeps moving. Your friends and family keep going, and you don't know who they are anymore. The first couple weeks, all I wanted to do was call home and talk to my friends and say, "Hey, what's going on? What are you up to?" And where we were at, there were no phones, there were no computers. I couldn't contact anybody if I wanted to. And then as time went on, as I kind of settled in and really connected with the guys that I was out there with, you really didn't have any interest calling home. For one, I mean, how do you explain what you're doing? The first thing everybody asks, "Hey, how was your day?" What do you say to that? I mean, I'm in a third world country. I'm running around looking for IEDs. There's some people out here trying to kill me. I mean, how do you put that into words, especially over the phone? So it turned into the 12 or 15 of us that were there. When we got off the roads, we would, we'd just sit around joking. We'd start a little fire. We spent a lot of time in the gym. Just anything to kind of take your mind off of where you're at and just forget about where you are for a little while. The hardest part was probably coming home on leave. You're so excited to get home and see people, and you're not home long enough to really decompress. You're just home long enough to say hi, hang out, have a few drinks, go to your favorite restaurant, and then it's time to go back. You're excited to see everybody. You want to jump right back to where you were at, and for the first couple of weeks, that's what it's like. Everybody's excited you're home. They want to go out. They want to celebrate. People want to take you to dinner. They just want to come see you. Go see a movie. Go to a ball game. Just the exact things you did before you left. And after a couple of weeks, it's almost like the novelty of being home wears off. And it's not that people aren't excited you're home anymore. It's just, hey, you're back. We celebrated. I've got to go back to the life that I've been living. And you quickly realize that where you think you're coming back to the home you left before, you're kind of almost trying to go back into time and be in that world where everyone else is a year gone from that. So whereas you're not the same person anymore, neither are they. Alcohol doesn't solve anything. It's a short-term solution, but it makes everything so much worse. And when you're in a position of not knowing who you are and still trying to unpack everything that's happened over the last several years and make sense of any of it, and figure out who you are and where you belong, the last thing you need is a bottle in your hand. Alcohol leads to drugs. Drugs lead to people that you shouldn't be associating with. And just by the grace of God that I didn't get into any more trouble than I already found myself in. To spend time with him was just indescribable. And I'd come home from work and all I'd want to do is go get Jack and go for a walk. And just getting outside, being able to breathe fresh air and to be there with somebody that just loved me no matter what. no matter who I was, no matter who I had been, was just, like I said, just indescribable. Those walks and just him being with me and 100% saved my life. Some sort of a writing program or therapy or counseling, I certainly feel that could have been helpful and impactful. It took me over a year to find an outlet that came through an animal. And just like I had with a dog, a horse is going to be very similar to where there is no judgment. They're going to come out, they're going to exist with you, they're going to comfort you, and really just love you no matter what has happened. You're going to be able to go and just feel at peace and be out in nature and just be, in one aspect, alone with your thoughts and feelings, but still have that companion with you to help guide you through it in a way. If I would have had that opportunity, there's no telling the impact that could have had for me personally. So I fully believe that it has its value. If something as simple as brushing a horse can give someone purpose, isn't that worth it?